So I just wanted to show a quick visual demonstration of a sine graph and basically how it relates to um, the unit circle. So if we can recall, on our unit circle, the height above the y-axis corresponds to sine of this angle, whatever the angle is created here. So at the moment, we've got the angle set to 0.63 degrees, but if we move that up to, let's say, 90 degrees, we can see that we've got an angle here of 90 degrees on our unit circle. If we convert that to radians and then put our angle measure on the x-axis, we know that 90 degrees corresponds to pi on 2 radians. And so we ask ourselves, what is the y value on the unit circle at this point? Well, if we just think in terms of our normal coordinates, this would have an x value of 0 because we haven't gone left or right of the x-axis, and it has a y value of 1. And we know on our unit circle that the y value corresponds to sine of that angle. So we can see that this coordinate up here, right here at this point here, will have pi on 2 as the x coordinate because we've put the angle along the x-axis, and it will go up to a height of 1. And then you can see as we continue our traveling around the circle, when we get to 180 degrees, or close enough to 180 degrees, we can see that the sine value at this point, again, that's the y value, how high above or below the x-axis we are, goes back to 0. So at pi radians, or 180 degrees, we're back at a height of 0, so y value of 0. So this coordinate here is pi, comma 0. And then we just continue it all the way around the circle to 360 degrees, which is 2 pi radians. So this is where we get our sine graph, and that's how it's related to our unit circle. We can do the exact same thing with a cosine graph, but it will start up at 1, go down, and then finish at 2 pi. And you can see that it's periodic. Obviously, this restarts, but you can imagine that that sine graph will just keep going on forever in this direction after 2 pi. And that's what we call periodic. So hopefully you found that useful for a demonstration of how the unit circle is related to your sine graph.